We are going to talk about the ethics of using podcasts in the classroom. First, we're going to talk about how to responsibly use podcasts in the classroom. Most issues that will arise with using podcasts are technical issues, with either creating one or uploading them. But you can still make them successful. You just have to learn how to make them and how to successfully create them. In the beginning, teachers and students may have a hard time creating podcasts, but that will improve the more podcasts are used in the classroom. Podcasts are easy to create, especially on the GarageBand app on the iPad, and then uploading them to SoundCloud. This way you can easily share them on any website, any blog that you want to upload them on. Along with creating them, teachers should create podcasts that are engaging and fun, especially since the podcasts are just audio files. When having students create podcasts, let them be creative and let them have fun. Allow them to be the teacher for that short time. Let them be the expert on that topic and to be able to teach the students what they have learned. Now, because podcasts are where a person listens or watches on their own, there is not a whole lot of opportunities for feedback and questions. Now, to fix this, teachers can easily assign podcasts for homework and then have those students write down notes or questions that they want to discuss in class the next day. With podcasts, teachers need to make sure that they leave time for questions and clarification. If there is something that a student does not understand, the teacher needs to be able to clarify it or explain it in a different way. This is great because podcasts can be used at home and they can either explore or learn more information after listening to the podcast, or they can come into class the next day and ask the teacher more information just to understand it. Teachers should use podcasts for short topics, not long topics. Teachers should keep the podcast to a time limit, less than 15 minutes, because then you're going to lose your students. When having the students create podcasts, teachers need to provide clear expectations of content required in the podcast. They should be able to guide the students on how to create the podcast, and they should show them examples on what a good and successful, effective podcast looks like, so that the students know what is expected of them and what they are to turn in. The use of podcasts in the classroom is beneficial to the students. It helps them to learn in a different way, but it also teaches them to be creative, and it allows them to communicate with not only their teachers and peers, but also with people who are viewing their podcasts online. Podcasts can enhance learning, but teachers need to make sure they are leaving enough time to plan for effective podcasts, to create them, to create engaging podcasts, and that they are teaching their students how to effectively and responsibly and safely use podcasts.